So supposedly I did a ton of filming and stuff like that under the complete illusion that you got to make sure you turn the that repeat thing off so that it doesn't sit there and repeat itself. Because if it does that, yeah, by the way, it's a fake cigarette. Yeah, I used to smoke, and so I'm just like, I'm really stressed out and a little pissed off. Because I worked my butt off. I had to change in and out of different, pieces of wardrobe to do everything, and it just, it just really kind of pisses me off, that I worked that hard for nothing. I mean, it took maybe about less than an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And it just, I'm totally baffled that this thing would do that to me. And all of a sudden, I woke up about 3 days ago, like in the middle of the night, with it updating itself. And supposedly, it updating itself, it turned everything on. And if I'd have known better, I'd have made sure that was turned off. I would have made sure that the camera functions were completely what they were supposed to be. Without... It's like, at least this is not like asbestos or something, I gotta tell you, man, bitching and griping, I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. Bitching and griping about something really does you no good. Because I am living with my ex-wife, who is, I gotta tell you, is the most difficult person to live with that I have ever... Neither one of us have ever lived on our own completely. And now I'm being told, oh, well, you need to figure everything out for yourself. Yes, well, thank you so much. Thank you for making sure that happens. It's like, I'm just kind of being thrown out there on my own recognizance. Is that basically what I'm being told? Kind of just being tossed out there on my own recognizance. And, is there any, psychometric probation, with every month, am I gonna be, having a monthly review by a psychiatric technician, by somebody from Wayland Yutani or some shit. I gotta tell you, being told that, I told you that this was just gonna be temporary, and it's like, yeah, you did. You were kind of, real foggy about it, I do understand that she goes, I gave you so many chances to just go out there and make something of yourself. And Jesus Christ. And this is what you get. But at the same time, like I said, bitching about it's not going to get you anywhere. Is it? The first thing you should do is figure out, number one, where you're going to work. Figure that shit out right away. Because I haven't worked in almost 17 years due to having, I don't know if you can see them. There's one here that's a big nasty bump. And one that's right here, and you can see the scarring right there. And then there's a big nasty scar right here from having epilepsy, surgery. Them putting a deep brain stimulator in there. And then there's something right here in my chest. I don't know if you can see the scar right there. And that feels just it's like, it sounds like a freaking tennis ball. I just kind of feel like I kind of got the shit into the stick when it comes to everything, but at the same time, you know what? I'm gonna have to suck it up. The first thing you need to do is just, when you wake up in the next morning after having a pissing match with that one person that supposedly said, "Oh, don't worry about it." And it's like, do you seriously feel the need to, do you seriously feel that you're gonna, just those words are gonna be comforting? And then two, missionaries knocking on the door, pounding on, knock, 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 knock. And then it's like, I don't even feel like talking to them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't. Because I don't feel like they really have anything that they can really say. Besides, no, sorry, it sucks for you. It's like, save it for Oprah, okay? All I'm going to do is pack my things, do the best I can. I've lived here, with them, with my son, in this room, on a wire freaking bed frame, under, on top of a bunch of blankets. I don't even have a mattress. And it's like, you want me to feel, it's like, like I said, bitching about it doesn't solve shit. So every night, for the most part, I just sleep on the couch. I say, fuck it. I'm just going to sleep on the couch. Because all I'm going to do is, I was going to say, is he waking up? Because he was asleep on the couch. Like, because all it's gonna do is just, make, either one of us feel like garbage. And then I was staying at the UGM in Salem, Oregon. I mean, that felt just wonderful. With the guy literally going BAM! As hard as he could, kicking the chair, because I literally was like this. You want to see what it looked like? I was literally like this. Because I had fallen asleep, because you know what clobazam is? It's a controlled substance that they made into a little teeny pill. And that stuff, you're supposed to take it when you go night-night. It's your night-night pill. And so therefore, he thought it was up to him to kick the fucking chair and scream in my face. When I literally went like that, he literally came to my face, like this close to my face, and screamed, "Chapel outside!" And I said, "Well, thank you very much. I'll be right there." And the way he waddled, I mean, he stood up and waddled like this, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's like, you know what? I know that y'all that you have some kind of problem, man. And it really worries me. And I heard recently, within the last, I think it was 3 weeks ago, there was a stabbing there. There was a guy that they asked, please get out. And instead, he decided to take a knife. I don't know if it was a pocket knife or what it was, man, but he stabbed a bunch of people and injured some people and stabbed a couple of staff members that were working there. And all I kept thinking to myself was something that was very selfish and very mean. And I kept thinking to myself that I hoped it was him that ended up in the hospital, or, they ended up being stabbed. But then again, I thought to myself, you know what? He was never there by the end of the day. By 5 o'clock, he was gone. And we always ended up going to chapel. We had to go to chapel 3 times a day, I think. Or was it twice? It was either 2 or 3 times a day. I think it was twice. Once in the morning and once at night. And you basically brought with you a little Bible, that they gave you. And it was usually sitting on a table, and there was a couple of ladies that would stand there and go, "Would you like one of these?" Sure. Yeah. Even though I've got one, and I've always had one of those, and now I've got 2 Books of Mormon. And this guy, I guess decided he wanted to stab people and injure people, and there was blood all over the place on the bottom floor where you first come in, and then there was the desk where you check in, and there was blood all over the place. And I guess one of the people behind the desk got stabbed and got cut really badly. And there was several people that were injured. There was people upstairs that were all like that. But you know what? I'm pretty sure that Dickweed, Mr. I'm gonna kick the chair and be an asshole, you know, that place is a lie. That's not worshiping God or Jesus. I did that on my own. I didn't have to have them help me. I've always had them in my heart. Like both of them in my heart. And I don't know why I said hearts. God, you can tell I'm tired. Because my child had to stay up all night long vomiting. But anyway, no. Both of those men, both God and Jesus, have always been in my heart. And I'm sorry. But that place, the UGM, the Union Gospel Mission, over there in Salem, is just, it's a lie. I disagree strongly, and I will not give you my name or anything. If you recognize me, fine, then you could recognize me. But you know what? I really don't care. I feel that what I received from that place was 3 hots and a cot. Like you were in prison or jail. The only difference is you got to walk around more. And during the day, they gave you, okay, well, you better get out and do something. And I remember there was a lot of people that would just lie around and just sleep on the couch and in the chairs and stuff. And it was just like, you know, that's not what this is about. And I just looked at those guys and I said, you know, that's not what this is about. They are here to help you. Yes, they're here to give you some place to it's a shelter. But they're also here to help you actually better yourself and give you, you know, a life, you know, at least a job, you know, at least get you somewhere. Certainly didn't do that for me, though, because every time I tried to talk to Mr. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, he treated me like absolute crap. And then after I told the counselor lady there that was the counselor, I would talk to her at least, I think it was like once or twice a week. She says, you know, so how's the weekend? And I said, well, it would have been better if I hadn't have gotten, you know, the leg of the chair kicked because I'd fallen asleep due to the fact that I have to take 3 medications. And so he got pissed off and kicked the chair leg. And I literally like flipped up. And the next thing you know, his eyes were like this and they were an animal. And it was just like, you know, that's not what you do. You need to help people. But like I said, bitching about stuff, I'm trying not to. But there's only so far that people can push you until that. I mean, they push you in the corner far enough, and you got to come out swinging. And I told my ex-wife, I said, you know what? You make me go back there, and I'm going to pound his teeth down his throat and end up in jail. I said, you fucking hear me? I mean it. I will knock him into next week. If I have to, I'll come out. I mean, he backs me into that corner again like that. I'm going to come out swinging. And it's like, you know what? And I will stand the hell up and grab that chair and bash him over the head with it and say, you know, how would you like to take 3 medications and then end up accidentally falling asleep? Because that's what it was. It was an accident. And it was like 5 o'clock at night or in the evening. So excuse me for breathing, excuse me for taking medication, and excuse me for accidentally falling asleep. So please, all of you out there, please do the best you can. And don't end up in a homeless shelter because it sucks. And this is just for men. UGM is just for men. So there was just a bunch of guys there. One of them goes, you know, you sound really feminine. And then the next thing you know, like 2 days later, he's gone. So I think he got it. I think he got into it with another guy, and another guy like pounded him, totally pounded him out. And the next thing you know, he ended up getting kicked out because they kick you out and you're out for 3 nights. Yeah, with all your stuff. With whatever you brought in, whether it was like 2 suitcases full of stuff, all your clothes, and toothbrushes, toothpaste, all that. And I've got like a little bag that's got medication in it, and oh yeah, did I tell you about that? That got stolen. And all of a sudden I look and it's gone. Because there wasn't enough room. And then I remembered, oh yeah. The one guy, he says, you know what, Mr. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man says, yeah, it's alright, just leave the big one, but I wouldn't leave the little one if I were you. And then the next thing you know, here's the biggie. Yeah, because you know why? Because, hi, can I sit over here? Hi. And my kiddo calls them pillheads. And you don't mess with a pillhead, quote unquote. A pillhead. Because she took an entire refill of those capsules in there of zonisamide. Took them, and I don't know what the hell she did with them, other than use them to make drugs. So, next thing you know, there was a guy that was watching all the stuff, both both deals, there's like there was a counter that went like this, and it was near where where everything got put away at night. You put your suitcase away at night. It got put away. Your jacket got put away. Everything got put away. Your sweatshirt got put away. You were wearing nothing but a shirt and a pair of pants and something to change into. And that's how it worked. Every single night. And then you went upstairs, got in line to go take a shower. But then you brought your little ticket for playing Annie, for scrubbing the floors, or wiping the windows, or mopping the floor, or taking out the trash, whatever the hell they assigned you to. Kissing their ass, I mean, I don't know. But then again, I always looked at it like, that's earning your keep. That was earning your keep for being able to stay there and to kind of gather yourself. But Stay Puft Marshmallow, man. And it really got to me. But the counselor lady, I don't know if I finished off or not, but she said that they had meetings at least once a week. I mean, her jaw dropped. It went, we have meetings at least once a week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Would you like me to file a complaint? And I said, yes. Please do. Next thing you know, this guy was gone. Supposedly he had gone to Tahiti or something. And it was like, he's not even married. Next thing you know, he's gone for 3 weeks. And I'm going, where could Mr. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man be? Next thing you know, he's gone for 3 weeks. And I'm going, okay, well, good. Maybe they fired him. And then I was like, yeah, right. And then I told myself in the back of my head, I'm going, yeah, right. And so the next thing you know, he comes back 3 weeks later and waddling in. And then he's mean mugging me because I know that they put him on some kind of suspension or something because he got his butt chewed. And it wasn't pretty. Whatever happened to him, it just wasn't pretty. And what I wanted to say was, you know what, man? Don't mean mug me. Stop mean mugging me. Because there was like a computer monitor like this, and then there was the building went like this, and then it went that way like that towards the cafeteria. And his office was like a little corner office like that. Then the opposite corner office was where you first checked in with this other guy. And I can't remember his last name, but I know his first name was Rick. And what I wanted to tell him was, you know what, you better get Mr. Stay Puft under control. And you tell him right now that the next time that shit happens, I'm going to pound those teeth down his throat. But, at the same time, I just bit my tongue and I kept it to myself. I figured, fuck it. It was not worth it. It was not even close to being worth it. And that's all there is to it. Because God will take care of it. Just like what happened with that lady, that counselor. When I told her what happened, they must have had a nice juicy meeting because he was gone for 3 weeks. So, anyway, you all need to take care of yourselves and don't be negative now. Not to be a smart ass, no. No, don't be negative. Definitely look forward. And if you go to church, pray. And every night, pray before you go to sleep. It's important. He will listen to you.